tracks today.
Yeah. I need them bands, run it up fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way, nigga just tryna be safe. Leaving the house with the glizzy, nigga.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Not serious. And 310 became 315, 325, 330, 340. There might have been some times that Shaq played at 350. When I skip, when you're over 7 foot tall, that's already a lot of wear and tear on your body, jumping up and down 82 games a season. At 300, imagine what it's like doing that at 330, 340, 350. And it robbed him of some years. It robbed him of some athleticism.
Yep. Yeah, it's tearing your body, man. Like, cause you coming down on your knees and ankles. So it's bound to have injuries over the course of your last little part of your career, because there's a lot of weight that's coming down on it, and your body can't take that by you being 7 foot. Like, it can't take all that. That's a lot of body weight coming on your knees and ankles, and it make you get hurt easily and make you miss some games throughout the season.
But Skip, in the process of Shaq working out, eating like he should have, being considered one of the greatest, that would have came at a huge expense to Kobe Bryant. Because I believe if they went, I don't know, they'd have won 12, but I believe they only won 3 together. I believe they could have got to probably 6. But at what expense, Kobe? Because I believe if Shaq's the greatest, you get 5 or 6 titles, 6 or 7 titles with Shaq, he's going to be the finals MVP. That drove Kobe crazy. That's why he wanted Shaq out of there. He couldn't be Kobe. He could not be the Kobe that we know today if Shaq...
As Kobe is not coming second to no one. He's not being nobody Robin. He want to be Batman. This is my team. He have to go. The spotlight have to be on me. Kobe don't come second to no one. I am the best. I lead this team. This is my organization. I'm nobody's sidekick. I'm the main guy. So he have to get off this team. You see what he been doing over the course of his 20 career? Putting up a lot of points. Don't get me wrong, Kobe is a great basketball player. One of the best all times. You know, some of his game similar like Jordan's to me a little bit, but you can't take nothing away from him.
It did what he wanted Shaq to do.
That's true.
So, Kobe, the question I ask you, are you okay with that? You winning 6 or 7 titles with Shaq, Shaq winning 6 or 7 finals MVP. I don't believe you would have, because we would have never saw that side of Kobe. There is no 5, 6, 7, 60-point games if Shaq's there. There is no 81-point game if Shaq's there. I don't believe there's a scoring title, because if if Shaq is what Kobe believes he can be, you got to go through him. Well, Kobe got tired of going through him. See, Skip, in the Avengers movie, it's the greatest movie of all time. But you got Captain America, he had his own spinoff, didn't he? The Hulk had his own spinoff. So did Black Widow. See, Robin never got his own show. He always got to be with Batman. And he got tired of being that. He's like, I'm a superhero. I'm a comic book hero. I need my own series. So it comes at a price, Kobe. Do you really? I believe he wanted Shaq to work harder. And I believe that caused a lot of friction. Also, Skip, to get 12 titles, you got to like each other too. I don't know how you stay together that long if you don't like each other.
That is
and I think they had some problems.
And that's why the Buss family had to get rid of Shaq, because the 2 main guys of the team don't like each other. They can't have that in their organization. They're trying to continue winning. When you got 2 of the guys that leading the team don't like each other, that's not going to work. That's going to be disaster. And it's going to affect everybody around them, teammates and all, coaches and all. Because the locker room is not going to be good when you walk in there. You don't know if they arguing at times. So they couldn't go through that. Of course, they're going to pick Kobe because that's his team.
That started to cause some friction there also. But I do believe Shaq, if Shaq had took this thing serious with conditioning eating, Skip, you're not going very far. You're not getting out of the top 3 or 4 without saying Shaq's not the greatest.
So for once, I completely and utterly agree with everything you just said about 12 titles. No, sorry. You've used Beatles analogies on this show before, but the greatest harmonies I ever heard were John Lennon and Paul McCartney. They made the most beautiful musical harmony I'd ever heard. And finally, John Lennon, maybe thanks to Yoko, said, nope, I'm out. And that was it. And Kobe was saying, I just can't take this anymore because the town wasn't big enough. Even this town wasn't big enough for the both of them. And finally, Kobe, who was a little closer to Dr. Buss, said, I just can't do this with him anymore. Now, again, he was not in shape.
Right.
And I give you that. But let's go to the GOAT.
Okay.
I do think there's validity to what Kobe said about goatish. I think if he, and again, this is a huge, literally huge hypothetical, because the more Shaq won, the more he ate, the bigger he got, which was hard to watch.
And the less he trained.
And the less he trained. But if he could have been in shape and kept in shape after those 3 dominant years when they won their 3 titles, Lord have mercy on the NBA. I don't know. Again, I'm always going to side with Michael Jordan just on leadership intangibles and late game clutch shooting because Shaq never could shoot the free throws. And so he became a little bit of a liability down the stretch because they invented hack a Shaq. And it would have become more and more prevalent as the years went on. So at some point, you might even have to take him out of the game in the 4th quarter to get through the game. But the point is, I said this on the old show repeatedly, and people would lose their minds when I would say Shaq was greater than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. But I'm just saying, I agree with, I said this 10 years ago, that he'd never seen a force that unlike any I'd ever seen. Well, that's what I saw, because I covered the conference, these would be the Western Conference Finals in 2000 against my Spurs. And guess who it was? It was Tim Duncan and David Robinson.
You couldn't stop them 2 back in 2000s. They was the best duo back then. You couldn't do nothing to Shaq. He had dominated all the centers back then. You couldn't stop him. You couldn't stop Kobe for scoring. That was the best teammate back then. Best duo back then. When you see them get in the playoffs, you know who was going to win. You get in the finals with them, it's no competition. They dominated. You couldn't stop them. They was the best ones back then. 2000s was their year. They took over. You know they was going to win some championships. It's just the egos got in their way and it stopped everything.
Robinson, you have 2 7-footers against 1 7-1, and it was no contest.
They couldn't do anything with
He just ragdolled both of them. He just flung them out of the way and dunked it. And that year, he won the MVP. That was his only MVP year. And he averaged 30 and led the league in scoring. And he averaged 14 rebounds and 4 assists. A big man averaging 4 assists is extraordinary to me. Well, that's domination. It was not pretty to watch.
No.
It was football, basketball.
Because he's clear, he's doing this and dunking.
And it was impossible to referee. What's an offensive foul? What's a defensive foul? I don't know. He's just too big for them.
But Skip, we've never seen a guy that was 7'1", over 300 pounds, that could put the ball on the floor. Shaq could take the ball off one end and bring the ball all the way down the court, dunk on you, or pass the ball and have somebody fill the lane and lay it up.
The All-Star game that year, I covered that game, and Shaq was wheeling and dealing up the floor and dishing to Kobe.
And Shaq will tell you. The thing people don't realize, Shaq is strong. Shaq, when you look at, when you get up on basketball players, they look big on television, but Skip, they thin.
Oh, I got it.
You get up on Shaq. Shaq can bench over 400 pounds when he was in the NBA.
He's a huge.
He's the biggest man I've ever seen in my own eyes.
All right.
Skip, and that's what you hate. Skip, the thing that makes makes LeBron who he is here. Not only is he supremely talented, but look how he takes care of himself.
I agree. I buy that. You're right.
Michael worked out, but do we know, could Michael have been if he only did 1 cigar a day, Skip, instead of 3?
Maybe.
Instead of one.
I never loved it. I got to tell you, I never loved it.
How about one glass of hen instead of 3?
Whatever. But the
You never
cigars
know,
bothered me.
right? You'll never know.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
But Mike didn't spare anything in the weight room. He was conditioned. Shaq, man.
Thanks, by the way, to the great Tim Grover. They had the Breakfast Club with Scottie Pippen and Ron Harper. They got up early and they worked hard.
And that's what, Skip, you hate that because you like, what if? And Shaq had an unbelievable career.
Yeah.
I think he's still top 10 in scoring, won 3 titles. But Skip, you know, when you got those two guys, you should have more than 3 titles.
You should. There's a lot of ego clashing.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's the skill.
That's what I'm saying. Don't ego stop them for put more championships on their resume together. They would stay together, they'd have had about like 7 championships. It's just when you got 2 people saying, this is my team. This is my team. I'm going to be the guy. I need a basketball in my hands. I need the spotlight on me. When you got 2 guys thinking the same and they colliding every trip, there's nothing you could do about that. So it stopped them for winning more championships as a duo. They both wanted to be the man on the LA team. They was the man together, but one wanted to be better than the other. But it wasn't going to work out. Because they look like, this is my team. You come second to me. None of them might want to go second to each other. So you had to get rid of one of them, and they got rid of Shaq. They kept Kobe. Because that is Kobe's team. He was the face for 20 years.
That was the thing that made Michael. Not Kobe, but Pimp understood I'm robbing. I'm not going to get a spinoff.
He did. That is
I'm not
true.
going to get a
You're
spinoff.
right.
Kobe wanted a spinoff.
He did.
Kobe says, I understand that.
And he got it. He flaunted it. He won his 2 titles.
Thank you.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I mean, look,
Okay.
you got Iron Man, you got Captain America, you got Black Widow, you got all these spinoffs going on.
Yep.
But Kobe wanted to be a standalone, Skip. And I don't know if he could have been a standalone. I don't know if Kobe is the Kobe that we know currently.
Yep.
If he had done, if Shaq had done what Kobe wanted him to do.
Yep.
I don't know if we get that Kobe.
And Kobe now has that benefit of the wisdom of age, where he can sort of sit back and reflect on it and say, look what we could have done. But no, the reality was it was starting to look finite already.
Right.
And then the other reality was, remember, once Kobe hit 2014, then 15 and 16, as hard as he worked, his body just broke down.
Broken down.
Okay? So you can't stop that.
Right.
That just was,
right.
Unless Tom Brady has discovered the ultimate pliability. I don't know if it would have worked for Kobe.
Well, the thing is, Skip, is that Tom Brady's really never relied on athleticism.
Nope. True.
So him slowing down, it's not like we're asking him to be a wide receiver. We're not needing him to be Julio or AB where he requires
I agree. But if Shaq had stayed in shape as he hit aging years, as he got to the backside of his career, would he have broken down? I don't know. He might have. It's hard to know.
I just believe that. I don't believe they get to 12. I don't believe anybody's getting to 12. Those Russell Celtic years, that the 50s and the 60s, that's not happening again. We're not going to see that. Yep. But I do believe they would have won. They would have won more than 3 had Shaq showed up every year, training camp, ready to go, and not play his way, try to practice his way into shape. Yep. Be ready. If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. But you, Skip, we age, we see things differently. You're like, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Perspective,
You know what?
right?
I must say, though, because I was a big...
He waited until he got older to realize they could have won more. It just, Shaq probably didn't want to work out back then. He felt like I'm a dominant center. I could do it on a nightly basis without working out. If they would have stayed together, they would have probably retired together. It was just a whole lot going on. And Kobe ain't like the way Shaq was going in his career. He ain't like the way he was just gaining weight. And he just probably felt like it's going to slow me down. So he had to go somewhere else if we want to continue winning championships. Because Kobe won some championships after Shaq. But at the same time, they would stay together. Them two as a duo would have had a lot of championships together.
Shaq fan. It hurt my eyes and then it hurt my soul to watch him in his fading years. Because even after he got traded to Miami, he did make 3 straight All-Star teams,
Right.
but it started to look...
He should have won the MVP over Steve Nash that year.
You could have said, yeah.
But then, Skip, he's not supposed to do that.
No.
He's not supposed to go to Phoenix and Cleveland and Boston.
That was hard for me to watch. And a lot of it had to do with he had no use for trying to stay in shape.
Interesting.
Yeah, once you get that age,
Yep.
you get that size,
No.
you got to start that early.
Yep.
That's what I tell guys when you retire. If you're a big guy, whatever, you better start. Guys keep the same eating habits, but not the same workout habit. And they went, well, how you do it?
Yeah.
Well, I eat less and I work out, still work out. You cannot.
Guess what? For the first time in your life, nobody's going to make you work out.
No.
How
no.
weird is
except
that?
you.
Was that hard for you at first?
No, because that's what the Broncos paid me for. I played the games for free. Y'all paid me to lift all the heavy ass weight and run myself into the ground. That's what you was paying for. I played for free. They know it.
They didn't know.
Okay.
I think they wouldn't agree.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe.